Mr. Benevolio.
Do you know that why, what the historical, where did CRT come from? Where did it originate?
Marxism, way
Critical
back.
theory is
have
what
to
it
use
started
the
as.
mic.
Where?
Critical theory is what it started as years ago. back in
Well,
the
critical
70s.
race theory, I understand.
Yeah. but-
It's actually, point of information. It actually came from the
Please
teaching
pass
of
the
Louis
mic.
Farrakhan. No, I don't need the mic.
Oh.
Louis Farrakhan.
We can't hear
Yes.
you.
Louis Farrakhan. He's actually Louis Farrakhan promoted critical race theory in his teachings for black Muslims in the United States.
How do you spell the name?
Farrakhan?
Oh,
Farrakhan?
Louis
Yeah.
Farrakhan?
Louis Farrakhan?
Yeah, he's
The Obama,
way long ago.
the guy who coached Obama, and they got the contracts
Oh.
through a variety of entities. They got the contracts to publish those books and change those books in accordance with his teaching. So now everybody likes to pin it on Marxism, but he's got a mixture of Marxism and it's a bunch of stuff that in his head, and he put this out there.
And he
Thank you.
has a radio program in Detroit every weekend.
And
Yeah.
pictures in
Mentor
here
Obama.
are the sex ed program that they have. This is for special ed, and it's for 14-year-olds. The reason they made these so explicit is because they said special ed the kids in special ed can't read well, so they need visuals. But there are a lot of lawsuits going on now for promoting this in school. So, yes, ma'am.
So where are you at now? I mean, you're obviously not working. I know a little bit.
I am working.
Oh, you are? Well, no, but not in, did they fire you? Did
No,
they-
my husband talked me into retiring. I had the years in, I bought 5 years, and it was getting worse and worse, and I had a hard time biting my lip. I couldn't stand it. As a teacher, I was one of maybe just a few conservatives. Most teachers aren't. And I have to keep quiet. And I dropped my union, so that wasn't very popular. I had President Trump in my classroom wall. That's not popular. And they knew how I felt about all of this. So I retired, and then some parents heard me talking at an event like this. And they went to their school and said, "You gotta hire her." And it was at Cornerstone Christian in Brighton. So they interviewed me and hired me the next day. And I've been there for a year. I love it. I have 5 students this year. It's awesome. And I'm teaching Bible, math, and reading. But this year, we hired a superintendent. We never had that. He does all the financing. And they did need the help because the principal and vice principal they were taking on too much. Well, I got all of a sudden, the superintendent came to me and he said, "Ilona, the kids love you and we really appreciate you here. We're gonna put you at the top of the pay scale for all your 31 years of service." I thought, that's great. That's wonderful, thank you. We really appreciate you. And they don't pay a lot, and I'm part-time. I love the part-time. I teach morning class. And I said, okay, that's great, thank you. By the way, it was $5,500 more a year, which is quite substantial for part-time, half a day. Okay, and then I get my contract. All the teachers get their contracts, and it mentioned public school. And I'm wondering, okay, what's going on? Where is this funding coming from? Because they want to incorporate STEM classes. And we're also having a lot of electives brought in. Technology, robotics, Braille, I don't know why Braille, and library. Okay, where's the money coming from? Brighton area public schools. They are going to pay part of all the teacher's salary. I am going to be interviewed by Brighton area schools. I have to apply with Brighton area schools, and they want my official transcripts from 31 years ago. That's when I graduated to get my certification. I said, you've got to be kidding me. You're a Christian school. I escaped public school to come to you. Why? It's none of their business. You hired me, not Brighton Public Schools. Well, you know, they're helping us. I said, what are they getting out of this? They're getting the head count of all of the students.
Oh.
So they're getting the federal money for every student, and there's like a handful of Christian schools that are participating in this, and it's millions of dollars. I said, they don't need any more money. Why would you even participate in this? And how do you know that in the future, there's not going to be more strings attached? So today, I wrote a long email to them, and by the way, because of all those electives, I have a double load of teaching the kids in the morning. So in the 2.5 hours that I have them, they want me to teach 6 subjects in 2.5 hours. And they said to take away the break. These are 4th graders. Take away the break, skim off 10 minutes off of math, so now it's boom, boom, boom all day until they go to lunch.
Yeah, no cookies for you.
Yep.
This isn't Brighton, the new school you just got in town.
The Christian school. I am so bummed. And I wrote a long, long letter. And I put in a lot of the, I said, I can't, and I was promoting the school too. They were giving me cards to bring to my events. I said, I can't, within my conscience, continue to promote you guys when you're participating in the very thing I escaped from. And if Brighton finds out who I am, it's not hard, they just look me up. That's a conflict of interest because I'm speaking against public school, but you're part of that now. So we'll see what they say tomorrow morning when I go in.
Article 8, section.
Oh, yes,
Yeah, do it.
and I talked to Carrie and explained what was going on, and he gave me some good advice, and I implemented that in my letter.
Okay, first of all, public school money is your tax money. And they not just in Livingston County, because after our conversation, I just checked, a lot of Catholic schools use public money for special education, and I don't mean for the mentally impaired or emotionally impaired, I mean for things like robotics or STEM, okay?
Extracurricular.
Huh?
Extracurricular. activities.
Extracurricular activities as well, and I lost it here. But in the Michigan State Constitution, Article 8, Section 2.
And I copied this down and put it in that, so.
So it says, no public monies or properties shall be appropriated or paid or any public credit utilized by the legislature or any other political subdivision or agency of the state directly or indirectly to aid or maintain any private, denominational, or other non-public pre-elementary, elementary, or secondary school. No payment, credit, tax benefit, exemption, or deductions, tuition voucher, subsidy, grant, or loan of public monies or property shall be provided directly or indirectly to support the attendance of any student, or the employment of any person, any person at any such non-public school or at any location or institution where instruction is offered in whole or in part to such non-public school students. The legislature, this is the only thing they can do, may provide for the transportation of students to and from any school. So, if Brighton School District gives money to a Christian school, it's a violation of the Constitution. There's some consequences. Later on, if they're sued, the Christian school, as well as the public school, could be held and have to refund the money. Or, and what's happening, is once they get, I wish you would read that part that I put in that congressional record, you know, about how they slowly get their foot in the door, and then they start dictating. It's already happening, and nobody, Thomas More Center's not addressing it. I don't know why. And you know the history of that clause? Why that put that in there? The teachers' union lobby from 1960s. They wanted that in there because they didn't want any of their money going to a public school. Now, a lot of us, Republican conservatives, we like the idea of vouchers, right? I mean, that's a good idea, choose your school. Unfortunately, it's in the Constitution. You can't have that. So the only way to fix it is to change it, right? To amend the Constitution, which, quite honestly, they ignore anyway. So that's what they're doing. They're ignoring. And that's pretty much blanket everything. They don't care about the rule of law. They don't care about the Constitution. They only do what they want to do. And because you're a Christian or a decent person, you're going to go along with, you know, to get along, right? The guy told me today, Dennis Terrell, he said, the average person will give up their rights 30 days without food, electricity, or water. If the government turns off your electricity and your water and you can't get groceries or buy gas, you will give up your rights after 30 days. About 3 to 6% will.
And I asked the principal too, I said, what if they do start implementing things in our curriculum that go against our values and morals here at the Christian school? She said, well, then we'll just drop the program. It's not that easy, because once you pay these teachers those salaries, what are you gonna tell them? Okay, we're gonna take away thousands of dollars a year and go backwards?
Yeah, but he just said you can't do it because you're violating.
Right.
But they're doing
But-
it.
Right.
I know, but you can't because you will not do it. I mean, you won't do it.
No,
I
right.
mean, keep up.
And we've had 4 teachers already quit. Now, I know one for sure quit because, the gym teacher, because of this very reason. She says it's coming because right now, they play public school sports on teams. She can say, no, we're not playing that team if she wants. But
if now it's coming through public schools, if they have a team that has a transgender that wants to play on the girls' team, what is she supposed to say? She can't say no, because now they're in bed with the public schools.
What do the parents say about this though? I mean.
I don't know if they know.
They
Well,
don't.
they will know now,
Right.
because I sent some emails. But
And I've been putting it all over Facebook.
Well, and you know, I'm in the homeschool community, and they tried to sneak into our homeschool community back in like 2014, and it worked. And I'm like, because I'm like with you guys, I'm about the law. I'm like, you can't do that. You cannot give up the money. So, again, I seen them creeping into the homeschool, and now they're coming into that breaking school. I'm very upset about this. You know, we need to say no. Rules
Right.
are rules for a reason.
And it breaks my heart. I love the school. I love
I
the
do
kids,
too.
and it's not like I can afford to quit. He has been without a job since November because he was fired from the fire department for,
No jab, no job.
yeah, because he didn't,
Just tell
they
them.
didn't give him the religious exemption
No
for,
jab, no job.
yeah,
For
Ann
vaccine.
Arbor Fire Department. So he just started this last week. So it's not like I want to give up the little pay that I am making, but you gotta have some morals, you know?
Well, they don't have morals.
Well,
They don't let you have morals.
Right.
They won't let
it,
you have them.
yeah, it's materialism. This happened, my son went to a private school, and, that had a belief system that was strong, everybody shared that, and then they did the same thing. Oh, this local school district is going to, send us special teachers. They won't have our same beliefs. needs, but that's okay, because they'll just be out here on the periphery. And by the time my son graduated, there were more and more of these public school teachers in there. And like you said, it's, you know, it's a money thing, and God bless you for taking a stand.
Well,
I'm a social worker, and I'm just really blessed that the place that I work has not forced it on us.
And technically, everybody in this room, including you, can file on one, class action lawsuit, because they're using your tax dollars.
Wow.
Well, and I would think it
You
opens
mean
up.
against the Ann Arbor,
No, against Brighton School District
the school
entity.
district?
Because, and you can also, the parents could actually also sue the Christian school.
Right, because now they're taking public dollar, and I put that in my letter, asking them, well, doesn't that open you up to being FOIA'd and sued now?
Do you want me to put it on the screen?
And they could, like,
If you can.
How about these two sheriffs that just left though? Like, this is a violation of a law. When are we going to start?
Good evening. The time is 8:30 and the library closes at 9 o'clock this evening. If you are using a public computer, please save your work. The computer shut down in about 15 minutes. If you need to call for a ride, come to any public service desk so they can assist you. And if you have items to check out, take them to the circulation desk. Thank you for visiting. We hope you have a safe trip home. We reopen tomorrow at 9 a.m.
We have prosecutors for a reason. Why are the prosecutors not helping us with the sheriffs?
They're hired by somebody.
They're hired with our tax dollars too.
Right.
So again, have we thought about going to, these two gentlemen, are they gone? Did they come in and listen to this? Who are their bosses?
Yeah.
So, and again, this is a good point because the prosecuting attorneys are supposed to be helping with the rule of law. So,
Well, are we following any rules? I mean, look at, we're not
well, I
following a lot.
don't say that, I'm saying that I raise my children to follow the law, and it's God's natural law, like you do. You and I would have been best friends if our kids were going to school together, because we would have bullied together. But, this is just ridiculous. What are we doing to stop it? The prosecuting attorneys need to put a warrant out for their arrest. Why are they not?
We're leftists, that's why.
No, well, but, you know what, if you would have been there as the police person of the fire force, you could have done it. Will you please run for prosecutor? We've got to,
Not a lawyer.
I don't think you need to be a lawyer, you need to run in.
Well, I sent this letter also to the head pastor,
That's
so
okay, it's
we'll see what he says.
This is what I got so frustrated about before, because I've been involved with the Tea Party, okay, they're nice people too, but the thing is that the left is so organized and so aggressive. They hire marketing people, they hire, Hollywood, and they hire people who are goal-oriented, and so you're working so hard, and I get sad because if we don't have no role voting, somebody actually leading, not the people we hired, because they're already co-opted.
Yeah.
Well, but here's, you're worried about your job, they should be worried about their job. Do you have any parents in your little corner over there?
Oh, yeah, I have a lot of parents.
But where are the parents tonight from Ypsi and Ann Arbor and all the locations around here? She had lots of texts about the Facebook things that she put up. But where are the parents? Are they gonna wait till they're coming to take them away? I mean, I homeschooled my kids in 1990 because, and at that time, Michigan did not have the homeschool law, HR 6, that passed that we could teach at home. And they were threatening to take our children away.
Well, in Germany, because that's where I'm from, in Germany, you can get arrested for homeschooling.
No, I know those topics.
Yeah.
And when I was in Novi, I don't know if parents know this, when you're in public schools, first of all, when you're homeschooling, you can have your kids participate in the specials in public school because you pay for that. Yeah, so art, music, band, you can have them go and still participate with a class. Also, public school has to give you 2 hours of Bible study. It's in our Constitution, our Michigan Constitution. It's right here. You can pick this up.
What article is that one in?
That's in this little booklet. You can pick this up. By law, they have to give you 2 hours of release time. And when I was in Novi, I had a church already, set up. They were gonna pick up the kids, have Bible study, and then drop them off. And the school can't say anything about it. Michigan is one of the strongest ones that have that, and we should never get rid of that.
So we can walk into public school with our pastor and pull out the kids for 2 hours. That's
Yes,
what it
for
says.
2 hours.
You guys are on a mission.
And then,
No, this is crazy.
that's what I was gonna do in Novi, but then COVID hit, and everything went crazy, so it was bad timing, and then I retired, so. So you guys, please help yourself to any of these articles. The plastic sleeves are examples of books that they have in the schools right now.
You don't know.